Okay, new game. I think we go balanced. Again, I think all of this can be changed. Definitely not Explorer. A balanced adventure full of challenging choices. Well, I do like a challenging choice. Sounds so good. I love this soundtrack. I love the splash screens. There's so much I love about this. So much I love about early access. Let's rephrase. And I love this cutscene. Let's get me hand out of the way. They're so creepy. I love them. I love them so much. You won't be disappointed. Don't worry, Catherine. Larian don't disappoint often, if ever. They're so gross. I don't plan on having a bear. Let's put it that way. That's for an aimless playthrough. Oh god. It's horrible. Nope. That's a load of nope.
Who are you?
Right, okay. Oh, this has changed. Tutorials. I guess we have them turned on for a little bit. Right, so, origin stuff. This has all changed. Very nice. These are our main characters that we'll be travelling with. So we have Asterion, Lae'zel, Gale, Shadowheart, Will. I'm tempted to play Will at some point. Or Karlach, who I haven't met yet. There is always the Dark Urge. Looks amazing. What a character. We will do a Dark Urge playthrough. It will probably be our second playthrough. But we're going to do a custom because I like to make my own characters. So this is nice. I was pretty sold on a Drow. 4-hour character generation. I mean, you joke, but it could happen. Burgers. Burnt burgers. Or well done burgers. Right, so do we jump through each of these? Have they changed anything? Where is all the stuff? Right, we have elves. Pointy-eared bastards. We have tieflings, who are very good. Where does it give you their boosts? So that's hit points. It doesn't actually tell you body type. Oh wow, that's cool. Okay, that's new. Sorry, I'm going to get so lost in these things. Does it tell you your bonuses? So you get a +2 for... Light Drow Warlock. Old Gods level 3. Ooh, yeah. I can see that. Although I'd probably go Pact to the Blade as well. I love a Pact to the Blade. I'd love them to see dice rolling for stats. I think that's going to be my biggest disappointment in this character creation. Alright, you could absolutely scum it. There was awful things that you could do with the Celasta dice roll. But I like rolling my characters. Even if it's just rolling it off screen and putting it on, that would have been pretty cool. Have a second camera set up, I'll do it on my phone or something and roll them. And right, so we have elves, tiefling, we have drow, which are like dark elves, basically, I think. We have humans. Big old muscular human there, for a sorcerer as well. We have the Githyanki, who we've seen, Lae'zel is one of them. Dwarves, big dwarf. Big, muscular, hairy dwarf. Half-elves, you have a couple of different options. As with all of these, you've got wood, half-drow, or half-high elf. I don't really know where we're starting at. We have halflings. Halflings look humorous. They've really captured the Samwise Gamgee face, haven't they? Gnomes. Gnomes look kind of cool. My worry with gnomes is the shorter distance that they can move. Dragonborn, they look so menacing. So many cool options with Dragonborn. Wondering if I had early access. Yeah. I loved early access. I didn't play much of it because they kept, got to a point where they were just deleting the saves, bringing in new stuff. So at that point I stopped. He's a big old boy, isn't he? That's a really cool look. And then half-orcs, which are new as well. So Dragonborn and half-orc are the new ones. Half-orc sorcerer. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that I've already made my mind up on drow. I think we're going to go chonk as well. So the drow are driven to the Underdark. Most drow have adopted a ruthless pragmatism. With the Loathsworn delight in the god's evil tendencies, the Seldarin reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of their elven pantheon. They can move 9 meters. Weapon training, you gain proficiency with rapiers, short swords and hand crossbows. I do love a dex build, so this is why I'm liking this. Superior dark vision up to 24 meters. Depending on what class we go with, that might not be a problem, but that's very good. And Fey ancestry, so you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. You also don't sleep, you just meditate. What options do we have? So these don't actually affect the stats, is that right? They're just cosmetic. Oh, human don't have any subclasses. Humans just get the +1 to everything. Elves subclass. So a wood elf moves 1.5 meters further, which is really nice, especially for a ranger. And high elves get a free cantrip. Tieflings. There is Asmodeus, Mephistopheles, that's cool. And Zariel, and they just get different cantrips. Okay. Drow we've looked at, they are the same, they're just choosing a different religion, basically. Humans we've looked at, Githyanki, they're the base as well, but they get astral knowledge, efficiency on all skills of a chosen ability. Oh, that's quite interesting. And they get Mage Hand for free. And Martial Prodigy, they're proficient in light and medium armor, as well as proficiency with short swords, long swords, and great swords, so swords, basically. Dwarves, they're much slower. The shorter races are much slower, probably all moving around 7.5 meters. You have Dwarven Combat Training, which is axes and hammers. Dark Vision. Githyanki not get Dark Vision. Oh, interesting. and resilience, so advantage against poison, and you have resistance to poison. You can have a gold dwarf, a shield dwarf, or is it a dowager? A duergar? It's very much like a drow. Darkness, fairy fire per day. That's cool. We'll go. I think I'm going to be a drow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a drow. So gold dwarf, you get extra hit points every level. That's 12 extra hit points. Shield dwarf, you get light and medium armor. Makes sense if you called a shield dwarf. And the Duergar gets superior dark vision and resilience, which is against illusions and being charmed or paralyzed. Very drow-like. Half elves, I think we touched on these. Fey ancestry is the same for all of them. Dark vision up to 12. Civil militia, proficient with spears, pikes, halberds and glaives, and light armor and shields. So actually, you could make a pretty good fighter out of that. I wish it told you the dex bonuses, because I'm sure each of these has dex bonuses. And they get extra movement, they get cantrip, and the drow half-elf gets cantrip as well. Halflings, so you get Lightfoot or Strongheart. 7.5. Lucky, so you have... Oh, it's just a reroll. You get one reroll, an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. But you must use the new roll, and they get Brave, so advantage on saving throws against being frightened. That works for hobbits. Wood Elf is best for dex, yeah, I agree. 100% agree. Gnomes are 7.5 meters, and Gnome Cunning, so advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Oh, did we look at... so the Lightfoot Halfling is advantage on stealth checks, and then advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance to poison for a strong heart. Which is kind of cool. We touched on Gnome Cunning, so Rock Gnomes have dark vision up to 12 meters, and Artificer's Law, their proficiency bonus, add twice your proficiency bonus for history checks. So Wizards, that could be quite good actually. I'm very tempted to do Ranger, and then I've got bows, and I've got dual wielding light weapons, or maybe even like dual wielding rapiers and things. That would be cool. But we'll look at classes and start to make a decision. Forest Gnomes get Speak with Animals and Dark Vision, and Deep Gnomes get a nice shade of purple. They get 24 meters Dark Vision, superior Dark Vision, and Stone Camouflage, advantage on stealth. That's kind of cool. Gnomes could be fun. Dragonborn gets so much. You basically pick a colour of dragon that you want to be. So your sort of features are a action, some sort of breath attack based on whatever you choose for your dragon, and then resistance against whichever element you choose. So black is acid, blue is lightning, brass is fire, bronze is lightning. That's quite a cool looking bronze. Copper is acid, gold is fire, green is poison. Poison breath could be fun. Red, yeah, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. Is fire. Silver is frost, and white is frost. I think the white Dragonborn is mind-blowingly amazing. Just looks incredible, especially the Dark Urge. Oh, poor dog. So you got excited about Baldur's Gate 3 or burgers? Or both? And then Half-Orc, which is new. So the Dragonborn's new, that wasn't early access, and then the Half-Orc is new as well. But there isn't an Orc. Can you be an Orc? So Half-Orcs are 9 standard movement, 9 meters, They get 12 meter dark vision. They get relentless endurance, which I really like. So when you get dropped down to 0 hit points, you just regain 1 and get up instead of being downed. And they also get savage attacks. So when you land a critical with a melee attack, your damage is tripled instead of doubled. Really nice for a fighter. Really, really good fighter. They don't have any subclasses either. Okay, so lots of, yeah, half-orc barbarian could be fun as well. Lots of choices. That crit, that savage attacks is really nice. Really nice. We'll touch on the classes that I'm not going to do first. I just don't get magic. So wizards, it's spells. They get arcane recovery, so they can replenish spell slots while out of combat, and they can only be up to level 5. It's handy. I don't really enjoy magic. Sorcerer is probably my preference of the true magic builds. Different spell slots. They're more about forming a pact with some sort of dragon, or it's a wild magic gift. It's not quite as controlled as a wizard, and they get. I'd love it to tell you what they got at higher levels, but they get. You gain 2 level 1 spell slots, which are restored at long rest. Is that it? At level 2 they unlock their special thing, which is basically being able to twist magic and double up on spells, cast one as a bonus action, then attack with one. They can do safe magic, they can do wild magic, and alter the effects of the actual spell. Really nice stuff, really fun. You could pair a sorcerer with a paladin, or a sorcerer with a warlock very, very nicely. I'm so tempted to do a monk. Bard is obvious. If you've seen The Witcher, I can't think of any other bards. Not from fantasy properties off the top of my head. But bards get a little bit of magic, but they're more about buffing their sort of adventuring party. A little bit of healing. They have quite a lot of stuff. Very, very much the face of the party. Warlock melee with the ability to fly. Yeah, warlocks are incredibly good fun. Again, I don't get bards. I want to be hitting things in the face or shooting them in the face with an arrow. That's what I enjoy. That's what I love about D&D and stuff like that. Druids, you may have seen a certain bear doing the rounds on certain social media platforms. He was a druid. Again, another magic focused. They, again, more healing than offensive magic, but they can turn into animals. They have a deep connection to nature, so lots and lots and lots of party interactions, lots of playability, lots of messing around that you can do. And in combat, they're no slouch either. They can buff the party, they keep them alive. Ice Knife, that sounds new. But they're also very good at getting into combat and doing damage. Cleric is really the healers of the group, is my understanding. They're very much about buffing. We already have a cleric. Shadowheart's a cleric. You're thinking a Wood Elf Ranger for me? I have toyed with a Wood Elf Ranger. Played one in early access for a little bit. It's very possible. Bard with College of Valor is combat easy, so you could do like a swashbuckling bard. That'd be cool. No, that could be fun. Yeah, clerics they have a religion, they are bound to their god gives them powers, and they share their godliness, their godly connection, and the gifts of their god with the world. They bane enemies, they can bless allies, they can heal, they have guiding bolt, they do some really cool stuff. And they get access to all the spells, they just choose what they want prepared. Saves don't transfer? No, it's a whole new game. You had one of the things they said was delete all of your saves, uninstall the early access, and reinstall the game and basically start it as a new. Because there could be issues between the early access stuff and the new game, so much has changed. Rogue is probably one I'm going to stay away from. You've probably seen me playing a rogue. Mark played a rogue in our last Celasta co-op. Very good damage, very sneaky, more focused on stealth and staying out of trouble. Sneak attack is huge, and it scales as they level up, so you could end up doing 3-4 d6 extra damage with your hits in the right circumstances. Very, very powerful. Very, very handy for the party. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't love that element of archery. I'd want to be a ranger with a bow and 2 daggers. That was interesting. You want to do that again? I don't even know what he's doing. Rangers are... Archers, Rangers, Aragon. Basically, it's Aragon. Out in the wilds, living off the land. A guide to people. I love Rangers. I really love Rangers. They're no slouch in combat either. Very good in stealth. Very good at the back with ranged. Can get quite nasty up close. They do a lot of the talk with animal stuff. They have a little bit of magic. Rangers are a very big possibility, you know. Very big possibility. Paladins, you've all met Smashy Axe, I'm sure. Smashy Axe was a paladin. I just don't get them. It's too much of the religious zeal. Very strong class though. Really good damage, very tanky. You can build them up to have loads of tankiness. They have healing, they have aggressive spells. They have access to heavy armor, to shields, to heavy weapons. Very, very strong. But they're very buttoned up when it comes to role-playing and classes. Now, I like the idea of multi-classing into a paladin, but I wouldn't want to start as a paladin. What haven't we looked at? Fighter. Love a fighter. You can go strength, which is in your face, hitting you with a big sword, axe, warhammer, whatever. Or you could play it as a dex build and maybe go range, step back a little bit. Big thing about fighters is they're simple. I like simple. I can play simple. Warlock Paladin. Yeah, Hexblade Warlock Paladin multi-class is very popular, I think. Fighters get to, on top of extra attacks like all the martial classes get at level 5, and I think level 10, they get another one for their class, I think. Fighters just can take once per shot rest. They can give themselves an extra turn basically and do more damage. They are usually sword and board tanks, or they are big damage dealers. They're very good. They excel in combat. They don't have much else. You can do a little bit of magic and things with some of the subclasses. They are very good. First played a fighter in early access. I think I recorded that session actually. I do like a fighter, but I want something a little bit more meaty for our first playthrough. Warlock. Aimless is Time Warlock, or I played a Warlock in our last Celasta playthrough. Basically, they just made a deal with a demon and now they can shoot Eldritch Blasts, which are the greatest thing in the world. I personally will go down the melee, sort of packed weapon, that kind of Warlock. I don't think it's the first playthrough though. As much as I love a Warlock, they're probably my favourite class in D&D. I don't think I'm going to go Warlock. Barbarians are good. Big, muscular, hit things hard, kill anything in front of them. Really good, and a half-orc would be insane. They can rage, so they deal extra damage, and they get advantage on attacks, I think, for something. Is there something you can do where you get advantage on it? You also don't wear armor, but you get a bonus to your defense. Rages are on a cooldown. They can have magic. You can have a little bit of wild magic and do things that way. But they're really just to get in someone's face, scream at them, hit them with an axe. They're great fun. They're amazing fun. When I was playing some co-op on Monday night, the guy I was playing with, Ben, he was doing some barbarianism stuff. and they're big, angry. He was just cutting through goblins. It was so much fun. Absolute ridiculous fun just to watch. Dragonborn barbarian with fire breath could be good. I kind of like a dragonborn paladin because they're big, they're chunky, they can take damage, they have the fire breath, and then they have the other spells and things that they can do. That's kind of cool. I'm very tempted to do ranger. But we do have a monk. Think Bruce Lee, basically. Flurry of blows, they do extra attacks. They can use weapons, certain weapons, but they have magical fists. And as they level up, their fists do more damage, or monk weapons that they can attune with do more damage. They're great. I love these things. They have key to do certain things. Unarmored defense, so instead of wearing armor, which monks don't do, it's their dex bonus and their wisdom bonus added together plus 10. That's your armor. It levels up stupidly high. In Celestia, I had a 27 AC monk. She was, She had the highest armor in the group by a long way. They have loads of movement. You can use dexterity, so I could just build into dex, which I do like doing. Deft strikes. Attacks with monk weapons and unarmed attacks deal 1 to 4 bludgeoning damage, unless their normal damage is higher, but that levels up. And unarmed strike, while using a monk weapon or unarmed, you can make another unarmed attack as a bonus action, so really big on action economy. They can also stun enemies, they can do all kinds of things. I might go monk. And a monk would be new. This is the only class that wasn't in early access. Pretty sure everything else was. What do we do, chat? Monk with druid. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere near magic stuff, like true magic, druids, sorcerers, wizards I want to stay away from. Certainly for the first play. I just like the idea of running at something, hitting it, then running away. Alright, I'll tell you where we're at. Warlock is one choice. But we're not... let's go... let's go Drow, because we're gonna be a big old Drow. Right. Let's get our race settled, and then we'll move into classes, shall we? Oh, that's cool. I think that was in early access, actually. So we're male, obviously.
Where to next?
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
New voices.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More of those wretched things.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can...
Be wary. This place...
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
What was that?
I quite like 7. Face-wise, we're going to probably customize a lot of this. It's that one. Or it's that one. I don't know much about Drow. I think there's some new faces here as well. I think there was only 5. Let's go with face 4. I like the red eyes as well. Melee. Ranger's very tempting. Drow melee is odd. Yeah, Drow Ranger is very tempting. I'm thinking maybe it's Ranger or Monk. Drizzt. Was Drizzt a Drow? I don't know much about the D&D lore as a whole. I've seen the movie, that's about it. Or whatever we've made our way. Skin tone, what have we got? So, they live in the Underdark, right? Wisteria. Didn't even know that was a colour. Right, we're definitely a shade of purple. I quite like that. That's quite a nice purple. Or wisteria, or whatever. Little bit of colour on his cheeks. Yeah, we'll go with that. I really like that they show you what they actually look like, so you can just click on them and jump through. That's some vicious scarring. That's more like me. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's simple. It's a little bit of weathering, a little bit of battered. Oh, you can age them as well. So not only could you take the old head, but you can make him real old. We were on that one. A little bit of lineage isn't too bad, I suppose. You could throw up the freckles as well. A drow with freckles, is that even a thing? Drow fighter ranger. Or you could do vitiligo if you wanted. That's an interesting addition. That's kind of cool. Wait. Do we want to do this? Penis E. Wow, there are lots of options. How family friendly do I want this to be? I mean, there's already been swearing, so... Oh, go on then. Oh, it's just hair. Right, okay. Right, fine. I don't really care about his pubic hair arrangement. That's fine. Body, I like that it shows... There's new ones as well. Loads of new ones. I really like that it shows you. Go full cyberpunk. And piercing as well. Piercing was in there, I think. They're quite tribal, aren't they, Drow? That's a fancy earring. Would he have an earring? I'm guessing these are paired. I don't see any other option. Nose rings as well. I don't know if I want a ring. Bard rings. Interesting. They're matriarchal, are they? Yeah, go on, have some earrings. Maybe not that many. Go with that. That works. I don't mind that. Right, eyes. Are we sticking with the red? I'm not seeing much of a difference. Yeah, we'll go with the light red. I know they have red eyes, so we'll go with that. Makeup, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. And a lip tint as well. What's that actually changing? I don't know what that's doing. Right, hair. Look at all these options. There's some new stuff here as well. Oh, I like that. That could work. What about pigtails? Yeah? Everybody will take him seriously. I definitely think he'd have... That's very Geralt-y. The clipping would drive me mad. What about the Princess Leia? Well, almost the Princess Leia. Cornrows, just straight hair. That's maybe a bit too much. The Weird Al. Is it called the Weird Al? It's the Shadow Heart, isn't it? Show off the ears. Yeah, definitely. I don't mind that, you know. Is there a slightly longer... This is because... Alright, we're going to spend so much time on this because I don't have hair. That's the Geralt look that I normally go with. I'm only saying that because it's white. Definitely the shaved back and sides, and then the hair on. I don't mind that so much. Don't mind that so much, actually. That's okay. No, not a fan of that. We could go with the Jude Law. There is the short mohawk. Full Picard. That's too close to life. This is a fantasy adventure. It might be my interpretation of a character in the game, but I don't want to spend my entire life bald and playing a bald character. Now that's not bad for long hair. I don't mind that either. I think we're going to go mohawk. I always go mohawk. What about the mullet? It's not really a mullet though, is it? Go full afro. No. No, we're gonna go. It's a toss-up between long mohawk or short mohawk. Kinda like the white hair as well. With a bit of natural blonde. Maybe a bit of ash blonde. Oh, it's the tips? I don't want phosphor. You know, that's not so bad. That's definitely a statement. Orange tips. No, we're not doing a man bun. Vibrant green. Actually, the blue kind of works. That subtle blue. What about an ice blue? No, that's too much. That's okay. Just a little hint. A little subtle hint of blue. Nice red highlights. Yeah, I like the tattoos. I like the red eyes as well. We're gonna go with blue. I think there's a lot of red on him. I mean, if we go full burgundy, it's gonna look like he's dipped his hair in blood. He's not a paintbrush. Although now it looks like he's a paintbrush. I like the hint of... I do like the hint of blue. What about like a lilac-y? Yeah, yes, that's the one. That's it. You sure you don't want a man bun? He's not greying, he's a drow. Drows don't go grey, right? Yeah, happy with that. Facial hair. What? He wasn't going to have a beard anyway, but not even a bit of stubble? Can Drow not grow a beard? Is there an option to have, like, to mess with his ears? No. Wrong button. I don't...
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
I think we're going to go with the Seldarine anti-establishment. Oh, it's just changed all of my... Oh. What a moron. I should have done that before. Well, we could go Lothswan. Raised by Loth's cult in the city of Menzoberranzan. These drow embody the virtues of their corrupt and merciless goddess. Loth marks her followers with bright red eyes. Oh, so they're bright red. Yeah, okay, we're sticking with the bright red eyes. So those in the Underdark will learn to fear them on sight. I kinda like that. That's pretty cool lore, actually. Right, class, what are we doing? Ranger, Hunter, Gatherer, Dual Wielding, or Monk, Dual Fisting. Githyanki. Look like they want to... Yeah. Yeah. There's so much going on with the Githyanki and the elves. A barbarian could be fun. The other question is, are we doing multi-classing in the first playthrough? Because if we are, then that might slant things towards other things. Fire Paladin with a massive axe. Yep. TC has entered the building. How you doing, TC? Nice to see you. Have you set this off installing yet? Recently saw Picard with hair. Did he ever have hair? I mean, he can't always have been bald, but surely Patrick Stewart never had hair. I keep coming back to a Hexblade Warlock. That's what I keep coming back to. And they get magic on a short rest. They don't do as much magic, but they get magic on a short rest. In June he had hair. Yeah, okay. His early days at the academy. Yeah, maybe. But they're flashbacks. I don't remember any flashbacks. I just remember him with very close hair, very close cropped hair. Nearly finished installing, nice. We've been at character creation for about 47 minutes right now. Guys, we need to get this one down or we're never going to play this adventure. I really want to do a monk, but part of me says a Dark Urge monk could be hilarious. So Drow gives me rapiers and short swords. Warlock We'd start off with light armor, but I think we'd be able to get medium armor at some point. We wouldn't need a bow because we have Eldritch Blast. And Eldritch Blast is one of my favourite things in the world ever. And we can always just change it out if we want. Because we can for a bit of gold we can respec our class. Warlock would mean that we could demonstrate a little bit of magic. I don't know if I'd go two-weapon fighting on a Warlock though. Because it's only the main weapon that would get the bonus for charisma. It's Warlock, isn't it? Absolutely, it's a Warlock. He's made a pact with some chic demon somewhere. But then Will. Then we're not taking Will. Ranger. We're doing Ranger. True Strike is nice, get advantage on your next attack roll within a target within 18 meters. It's concentration though. Might not be using that so much. It's gonna be Ranger, isn't it? Because at some point I want to take Will and progress Will's story. Rogue character, yeah, rogues. I have always gone Ranger over Rogue. No, we're locking it in. We're doing a Drow Ranger. We're going to channel our inner Aragorn, the wild men of the Dunedain. We can maybe do a bit of animal magic. No bears. Now this is the next question. Going into the class, what are we going to do? And then this way I can do dual wielding, and I love a bit of dual wielding. 2 short swords, we could maybe even take the feat and do 2 rapiers and just cut through enemies at range or in melee. So I think that's what we're going to do. Can I not change that? Or do we always get fine? We must always get fine familiar. So what kind of ranger do we want to be? We can be a bounty hunter, proficiency on investigation, which is intelligence. It's not looking so good so far. Creatures you hit with ensnaring strike, either ranged or melee, have disadvantage on the saving throw. That's quite nice. Keeper of the Veil, you specialise in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. You have proficiency in Arcana, we already have that. No, we don't. Do we? No, we don't. So that could be good. And we can cast Protection from Good and Evil, which I've never really loved. Magebreaker, you have a history of battling spellcasters. You gain proficiency in Arcana and can cast True Strike. Ranger Knight. This is definitely not doing this before we get into it, but Ranger Knights are interesting. You've sworn to serve a crown or nation and seek to bring its forces to ruin. Gain skill proficiency in history and armor proficiency in heavy armor. So you completely negate stealth. You would probably go a strength build, and you would wear heavy armor and just be a big old warrior. There might be some interesting things in there. Heavy armor doesn't really interest me. I like a light armor. I like a medium armor. Moving quickly through the trees, sneaking around. Oh, Sanctified Stalker. You have sworn to hunt the enemies of a holy or druidic order. You gain proficiency in religion and can cast Sacred Flame. Again, if I personally wanted to go down that route, I would be a paladin. So it's either Magebreaker, which could be good against spellcasters, or it's Bounty Hunter, and we fully embrace Ensnaring Strike. Hmm. Can we have a panther? I'd have a panther. Or any kind of big cat. Can I get a big cat? Yeah, okay. Let's go with that then. Because I think Ensnaring Strike's going to be pretty good. And just locking people down and then giving other people advantage. And I don't think Ensnaring Strike is... don't think Ensnaring Strike is a spell. I think it's just an action. But I've just had another thought. Oh, you can't... oh, you don't choose it yet. If we did a melee... no, a ranged fighter, we could do the same build, but we'd have more turns. And we wouldn't have any of the stealthy stuff, but we'd be a little bit more capable. Because I'm looking at going 2-weapon fighting for the first, which just means you can put your ability modifier into your second-hand weapon. And this way we could do like the superiority dice fighter and actually use funky tactics. Now I want to do that. Stealth, healing and pets. Yeah. Oh yeah, because rangers do get a little bit of healing, don't they? And they get Goodberry. No, I'm seeing shiny things, and I'm going after shiny things. We're going to do Bounty Hunter, Ranger. We're going to have... oh, this is where this comes in. Okay, so Beast Tamer. You have cultivated a strong bond with animals. You can cast Find Familiar without expending a spell slot. I like that. Urban Tracker. An expert in navigating the wild within the city. You gain proficiency in Sleight of Hand. I like pickpocketing. Wasteland Wanderer Cold. You have resistance against cold damage, resistance against fire damage, or resistance against poison. Poison could be good. Resistance against fire could be good. It's Sleight of Hand or it's having a pet. I will let chat decide. Are we being thiefy or are we being animal friendly? You can actually make this call. And I made this coffee 2 hours ago, so it's probably going cold. So it's probably coffee time. Thiefy. Okay, 1 vote for Thiefy. DC wants me to lose my hands for being a thief. And 1 is... I don't know if it'll be a pet panther. Does Find Familiar let you have a panther? It's not even a real animal, it's a fey spirit that takes an animal form. I love this music. Oh, they've just nailed the music so well. Well, that's 2 for Beast. We're not having a bear, TC, it'll be fine. We're not going to have a glowy green bear. That's all on Aimless. And I don't think there's any Sorax in here either. We could have a wolf. We could have a wolf. Okay, we're going Beast. Chat has spoken. We're going Beast. Background. So, Acolyte. I'm not going to go over the descriptions. You can read them on screen, or if you're playing this, it sounds like quite a few of you are. You can check it out then. But basically gives you proficiency on Insight or Religion. Meh. Charlatan. I'm going to have you guys choose what we do here as well, actually. This could give us... We're not having a bear. Bears are ruled out. We're not having a bear. I still have moments of terror when I think of that bear. Charlatan gives you proficiency in Deception and Sleight of Hand, so we could be a thiefy animal ranger. Criminal is deception in proficiency in deception, stealth, entertainer, acrobatics, and performance. We're not really going into the charisma, so that might not be a good shout. Folk hero is animal handling and survival, both in wisdom, which is something we're going to be building into, so that could be okay. Guild artisan is insight and persuasion. Noble is history and persuasion. Outlander is survival and athletics, which are both strength. No, survival's wisdom. Athletics is strength, so it's not going to be that good. Sage is arcana and history. Soldier is athletics and intimidation. And urchin is sleight of hand and stealth. Now we already have sleight of hand and we already have stealth. No, we don't. We already have nature, animal handling, perception, survival, and deception. Anything persuade? Well, we've got deception. Deception could be fun. I like animal handling. Influence animals, pet all the dogs. Okay, I'm sold. I'm tempted to go charlatan. Deception could be very good. It gives us that little bit of charisma. Sleight of hand gives us the pickpocketing that we all want. What was the persuasion option? It'll be noble with history and persuasion. So it sounds like charlatan on noble. I kind of want charlatan. Chat, I kind of want charlatan. But we have one vote for noble. What's history off anyway? Is that intelligence? Yeah, we're not going to be very intelligent. Charlatan is thiefy. And I guess TC did vote for a thiefy ranger, so that would give us the thiefy ranger. You concede, Catherine. That's very kind of you. We're going to be thiefy. Drow are sneaky, thiefy, unpredictable, aren't they? Does charlatan fit? And deception is a little bit of persuasion-y. You're just deceiving people instead. Oh, that's new. That's a good way of doing it. I like that. So you just assign wherever you want your points to go. They have really streamlined this. Throw TC a dog bone. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have the dogs. We're gonna pet all the dogs. Right. Our +1 is definitely going in wisdom. For a ranger, we need wisdom. Dexterity is the main thing, but we need wisdom. Does he look smart? Do I look smart? Don't answer that. +1 on strength is probably good, but not necessarily needed. Memory and mental power. Minus, like, I could drop the strength down and then we just have 0 in strength and 0 in intelligence instead of a -1. You know what could be really funny? I can't put any more in there. Can't put any more in there, so I could do that. Like being so anti-charismatic. Yeah, I don't think I can get Oh, I could go 16, 17, but then the rest of the stats are a bit rubbish. So we could min-max it that way. Definitely want... Dex is our... Dex is the main one. Dex, our weapons will go off Dex. We could have a little bit of charisma. We don't really need strength. With strength and dex, they have their own things, but it's really which weapons you use. You would build up strength or dexterity. Rapiers, short swords, they're all dex based. Bows are dex based. I don't know about crossbows actually. But this means we can't carry a lot of stuff. Now, we do have 3 party members whose backpacks we can fill. So I'm not overly worried about that. It would mean that we can't jump very far. We don't need intelligence at all. We're not that smart. Does he look smart? He's the brawn, not the brain. I would like 14 in Constitution just for the extra +2 every level. For that little bit of extra health. And it kind of makes sense for physical endurance. Ranger out in the wild, he's going to have an element of physical fitness. I mean, look at the size of his muscles. So I'm okay with him being a bit dumb. And honestly, for role-playing purposes, I would like a negative stat just for fun. I don't think leadership's necessarily a thing in this. But you're right, leadership will be low and our persuasion, but we're probably not going to be building into any classes that need charisma. So a +1 is okay. Basically we're restricted to whatever this is. We can't go above the standard point system. We can't roll our own. Like in Solasta, I would just keep rolling until I had really good rolls. As you probably saw. The 0 to strength is worrying, but I think Dex needs to be as high as we can possibly make it so that we can hit that 20 quickly. I'd love Wisdom to be higher. Because Wisdom is animal handling and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be able to get it up to 16. No, I'm not. I think that's it. We do get 3 chances up to level 12 to improve these stats as well. And there are feats that boost dexterity, wisdom, maybe charisma, strength as well. I think this is it. Or we can change our proficiencies as well. Oh hell, we can change our proficiencies. I want animal handling. Insight could be nice. Do we have it on perception? We have it on perception. Survival. Is survival that key? Is +2 going to be okay for survival? As a bounty hunter, insight could be good. Although nature being -1 could be a problem. Definitely animal handling. Definitely animal handling. How often is insight going to get used? Read people in situations, detect lies. As a bounty hunter, I think that's pretty key. Stealth, absolutely. Sleight of hand +5, absolutely. Yeah, I like feats. We'll have to. They've added a load of new feats in, so we'll have to see what the feats are. They were a bit lackluster in. Right, going. I'm looking at this purely as a roleplay side. We have sleight of hand, we have investigation, we have perception, we have deception. Being out in the wilds, animal handling, survival, because he's lived out in the wilds, he can track animals, he can befriend animals, he can conjure animals. I like animal handling, and I think survival for role-playing is key. And then insight for reading people. If he's bounty hunter, he'll know when people are lying to him, he'll know how to track people down, which again leads into a bit of survival, definitely perception. Sleight of hand runs off dexterity. So we've got +2 for the charlatan thing, and then we've got a +3 base. That's why that's so high. We can't change that anyway unless we change our background. I think that's it. I kind of like the +2 in medicine. It's wisdom based anyway. I'm okay with religion being rubbish. Nature. Recognize plants and animals, hug trees. That's a bit of a problem. Because he would know that as well. History's fine. Arcana's fine. We're not really magical. I think that's it. I think that's the best that we can do from a roleplay and a stat perspective with what we've got. And obviously an element of this game is going to be roleplay and the conversations and the answers that we choose. I think that sort of fits. I think I'm happy. You think more stealth? The problem is, what +3 in stealth is better than a +2 in survival. And a +5 in stealth. +3 is a nice bonus. Whereas +2 is a little bit low. And how often am I going to be stealthy? You've seen me play, right? I'm terrible at stealth. I'm the guy who hides and then walks around a corner into a room full of enemies and gets seen straight away. +5 ain't going to help me with that. No, I think we do that. I think we go with the survival. Working on the theory that these guys live in the Underdark. It's very dark down there anyway. They can probably get away with being slightly less stealthy than if they were in a forest. Which is maybe how you get around the nature being a -1, because on the land, on the outside of the Underdark, he doesn't know much about trees, plants. He's never smelt the roses. I think that's what we're going with. I know that we can reroll classes during the game if it becomes a problem. I think that's it. Tav is very close. What do we think? He needs a longbow. Already the first thing we need is a longbow. Oh, I like the seams. The workmanship on the leather vest. I think we're good. I think this is our character, our first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3.